Representatives from State Attorney General Maura Healey's office were at Grandview Farm last week to discuss a dangerous issue that lurks often undetected in plain sight: human trafficking. They were there to share with residents and law enforcement officials tips to spot it and what resources are available to help victims. It was an effort to spread the word about how human trafficking is practiced and what forms it takes to have a more informed citizenry.
It's great that we were able to come here today and talk to people about being aware, raising their awareness and their understanding so that, if they're encountering or interacting with potential survivors, victims of human trafficking in their community, they are able to understand and recognize the signs and potentially, make referrals, make connections to resources for victims and survivors.
Many people have read or seen stories about human trafficking for the purpose of prostitution, but it comes in many forms, including labor trafficking, a modern form of slavery that people might see without even realizing it.
I think, labor trafficking is something that goes, it's definitely underreported and not visible because, as we talked about, work is not inherently alarming. So I think raising people's awareness to the fact that labor trafficking is out there, that's happening, and maybe right under your nose is something that's really important to get out to people.
The presenters hope that by sharing this information, they can teach people how to spot the warning signs and potentially get victims some help.
Ideally, just making sure people are safe is the idea, and raising people's awareness to focus on the issues. Thinking about people being exploited in our community is something obviously we all are interested in preventing, and making sure that we can keep people safe in our community and prevent this from happening is the goal.
After the presentation, one member of the Board of Health said she thought raising awareness of human trafficking is an important part of addressing the issue.
Well, speaking for myself, I think it's an important topic to cover so that we are all aware, number one, that it exists, which I think most people understand, but understand also the areas that are most vulnerable, the people that are most vulnerable, the jobs that are most vulnerable, and just become aware and think twice when you get yourself into a questionable situation.
You can see the full presentation on BCAT soon. From Grandview Farm, I'm BNEWS Director Rich Hosren.